How's it going? This is Tex, and this is Tex Talks. I'm glad you're here today. Today's topic is going to be something that came up, and the thing is it comes up a lot. It's a common thing in the sense that many people that I work with have a similar problem. Whenever I hear it coming up in a conversation with somebody, I immediately start hearing the song "I Am My Own Worst Enemy" from Lit.
It's no surprise to me, I am my own worst enemy. 'Cause every now and then I kick the living shit out of me.
And the guitars are playing and it's all going. And the idea is we often do things that self-sabotage. Now, in this particular case, I'm talking about being too particular and too controlling to the point of where you're hurting yourself and then you're the one causing the problem and blaming other people. I'll give you a detailed example. It could be that, let's say you're a parent, the clothes need to be folded and put away. Well, the thing is with the clothes being folded and put away, if you're the kind of person who's so particular about how those clothes must be folded, then you end up not letting the kids fold them. You take over, you take charge, you do it yourself. And then you complain that nobody helps you and you have all these things to do. It's the same way about many of the house chores. I will ask parents all the time, you have kids, why aren't they pitching in and helping you to do the things that is part of the very stuff that they themselves are responsible for? They themselves are making dirty, like the carpet or the laundry, especially the common things like towels and stuff. Those are the easiest things to wash and the easiest things to do. But what I will often have then is I will get the yes but game from the parent or the guardian. And it will be, yeah, but when I tell them to do it, they don't do it the way that I want it done. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like they don't put the clothes in the closet, hang up what they're supposed to hang up. It's like, no, I want my stuff folded this way and I want the towels done this way. And I'm particular about how this goes together and that. And I'm like, well, are they able to do a halfway decent job? Not perfection. And the thing is here's your behavioral learning tactics coming in, because if you can get them to start doing any of it, then you can actually reward them the better they're folded. And if they're not folded the way you want, you can ask, hey, well, let's do this a little bit. There comes this place, though, where there's good enough. If you demand things be perfect, you're causing a real problem for yourself. Yes, there are times in life when it's life and death, and you must be perfect. If you don't do this just right, somebody will fall off the edge, something will happen. You're a surgeon. Okay, but there's a big difference between folding a towel and brain surgery. Huge, vast difference between the two. So figuring out the dishes, have them do the dishes. And if they don't do them good enough, they're not clean and they're not hygienic, you can have them redo stuff or redo the ones that they didn't do. You can like, hey, all right, you did them. Let me look. The ones that need to be redone. All right, these need to be redone again. Don't make a big deal out of that. I've said before, the particulars telling kids how to do a chore is giving them clear, concise instructions, expectations of what level you expect out of them, coming back and checking on it. Sometimes you do have to get hands-on and involved. But if you live your life overdoing it, and controlling, or you get frustrated and say, well, it's not worth the time to have them do it and then complain and get it done over. And so I'll just do it myself. Many questions now pop into mind. Are you deliberately putting yourself in victim role so that you can be codependent and sit there and say, oh, they can't do it. I have to do it. Theirs isn't good enough. I have to do it for them. And then going into that, oh, woe is me because nobody helps me. Well, nobody's crazy. When they see you fuming and steam coming out of you because things weren't exactly perfect 100%, you go nuts, they go and run. They're getting away, they're hiding. Or they've learned you. They've learned that if they can frustrate you to a certain level, you will get mad and do it yourself, and they've accomplished exactly what they wanted, which is not doing it and doing what they want to. Many times the problem isn't necessarily the kids or the partner, because a lot of times I'll have somebody say, well, I do it because my partner doesn't do it right, my husband, my wife, or whatever. And then you do it. It's like, all right, at some level, is it okay to be just okay? If you're complaining that you don't have enough time to do the things you want to do because you're busy doing all these things to perfection that they want done, folding their clothes, and you go do it for them and you make it so that it's okay, come on. In fact, many times, what does it matter if it's folded perfectly, dress right dress, or if it's just folded? Yeah, I admit I'm a guy. I'm more likely to hang up most things. I hate folding shirts. So the more of them I can hang and put in the closet, the better. The thing is, though, is if you get caught up in making it perfect and it's only good enough when it's perfect, then they don't do it at all. If they're doing it at a certain level, then you can work with that. But if you pushed it all the way to perfection, they give up and they quit. And they've learned, well, what does it matter? I'm going to get fussed at whether I do it or not, no matter how I do it. So I might as well just let you fuss and not do it. And again, you set yourself up for a problem. So this is about you being able to step back and calmly say when things are okay enough. And that can be an art for some people, and you have to work on it. You can't have it both ways, though. You can't complain that you have to do everything and then say in the same breath, and I won't let them do it because they won't do it exactly the way I want it. I mean, to me, some of it really, I'm like, wait a minute. I understand if they're putting the clothes in your dresser drawers, but if they're putting their folded up underwear, socks, t-shirts in their dresser drawers, they're the only ones looking at it. Unless you're going in there and opening up the dresser drawers and looking to see how their clothes in. And then I'm sitting there going, okay, you have some more problems we need to talk about because it's out of sight, out of mind. You don't need to be there. They're the ones going in the drawer using it. Why are you in there inspecting it? You got some old army habits hanging over? Or is this what's going on? Figuring that out about yourself and relaxing. Or is it, have you gotten to the point where you want to be the one who's complaining? You really do have to find out, are you being your own worst enemy? Are you setting yourself up for disaster? So I ask you to take a look at that. Step back. Again, this is that same thing I keep asking people to do. Step back and ask the questions. Why do I insist it be exactly this way? Why do I insist it be done my way? Why is my way the only way, the best way, the must way? And then find out where that comes from and maybe relax a little bit. And then you'll have time to go sit in the yard and enjoy, chill out for a while. Especially if you're complaining you don't have enough time and you're the one creating the time problem. Really got to go back and examine that. So that's a little one from something that happened this week when I was talking to somebody. Because it happened so much, I figured it was worth actually pointing out and going, are you creating the problem yourself by the standards that you have that you don't need to have? Why do you have those standards? Okay. All right. Y'all have a good one. Take care, and I will talk to you next week.